Welcome everyone once again, wherever you're from, wherever you are a coach, a mentor from EMCC or another federation, you're welcome to reflect with us. And today we're going to focus on journaling to learn from your practice. So we're going to propose you 3 different protocols today and to experiment with us. So here are the titles of the 3 protocols we are going to experiment together. A first one, which consists in a kind of automatic writing about the evolution of your practice. Then we will dive in something very reflexive, the Invisible in Me journal. It's a protocol I created this year and I use often with supervisees, but also sometimes with coaches when they have already worked with me for a good time. And then a third one, which is the labyrinth exercise.
Absolutely.
So let's begin.
Let's begin with this first experience, and we will start all together in the plenary. So my invitation is that you take a sheet of paper and a pen. And if you don't want to be writing with your hand, you can also open a document, a Word document on your computer. And the idea is that for 3 minutes, I'm going to have a timer for 3 minutes that you write on how has your coaching or mentoring practice evolved since you started your job as a coach or a mentor, since you began. So I'm going to give the, I don't know, you say, the starter. And so if you have a pen, you keep your pen on the paper, and for 3 minutes, you write whatever is coming to your mind about your mentoring or coaching practice and how it's been evolving since you started. And if you have no idea, you write the same word again and again and again until something new comes out. So that's really the idea of automatic writing. Am I clear enough? Can we start for 3 minutes? Okay. So I'm launching the countdown. 3 minutes. Here you are. You can go. You can pause now. You can stop. And my invitation is that now you read through what you just wrote and that you circle 3 words that stand out, that seem more important to you, or that particularly resonate with you. Just 3. And you may take another color if it makes it easier. 3 words that stand out for you. And please let me know when you're done. May take another 30 seconds. Don't think too much. And once you've chosen those 3 words, thank you. I see some thumbs up. Thank you for that. And once you've circled those 3 words, I'm inviting you to write a sentence with those 3 words. What would be the sentence you'd like to write with these 3 words? So now my invitation is that I'm going to send you into a breakout room so that you can share your sentence and what is emerging for you as you are, maybe as you wrote it and as you're saying it and sharing it to other people. And you will be in trios, and I think it'll be for about 8 minutes.
Mm-hmm. Great.
I'm going to open the rooms now, and for those of you who have said neither no nor yes, we'll stay together, and please let me know at that moment what you want to do. I'm opening the doors. Enjoy the conversation. Everybody will be back and will be able to share a little bit about this process and automatic writing and what it allows.
Yeah, we
Thank
have
you.
comments also in the chat. Esther saying it goes deeper and you touch base with your own self more than abstractly talking and brainstorming. Another comment, when writing, you get into a kind of flow.
Mhm.
I realized how far I have become and where I want to be.
Yes.
Another comment from Ari, the joy was in the chair reflection,
Mm.
seeing and hearing different perspectives. It is similar
Yeah.
to creative writing I've attended before, where we use an image, a poem, and think about the feelings and thought triggered by it. Ah, great.
And it's interesting how, because we don't have that much time, there is a lot of creativity as well. We splash it out.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Other comments here from Pando. My sentence was, it is not important to be capable at the beginning. It is enough to be curious. Great.
Yes.
Yes, for those of you who want to go through the journey of accreditation with the EMCC Global, or have already done that and want to reflect regularly for an upgrade or for a renewal, you know that in several pieces of the application form, you have to reflect and write for yourself, especially here, as I show you on this slide, in the personal statement where you are really invited, you are guided with this plan here, but you are really invited to write about how your practice evolved, as you can see in the list below to guide you. So you can use this kind of protocol we've just used to begin and enter in the reflexivity in a kind of funny way, a light way, without being too, application form. You see. And there are others, other plans where you're invited to write and reflect uh, through what you've learned from webinars like this in this series or conferences. Uh, how was it challenging for you? How did it enrich your practice? In your application form, you're also invited to write about your CPD, your continuous professional development, uh, why you choose these or these courses, what are the concrete learning outcomes you gained from them, and how did that enrich your practice as well. And of course, supervision, whether individual or group supervision. What did you work on? What did you learn? What were your deaf points, your blind spots, and what did you learn from that to enrich your practice as well? So when you go on this journey for accreditation, the reflection and reflexivity is really at the core of the application. It was just to illustrate that before we go to the next protocol. Okay.
Right.
So now let's dive in something really for you and for your practice a bit deeper. We are going to put in the chat, you must have received before the webinar, you must have received by EMCC Global the documents, but we are going to put them in the chat here. I paste them here. You have the link to go to the protocol we're going to use now. And we invite you also to
Hello.
download the second one here called the Labyrinth. So if you've not done it already, please download the documents. And for the Labyrinth especially, try to find a minute to print the Labyrinth form because it's going to be important to have the paper. So for what I created this year, which I call the Journal of the Invisible, Invisible in Me. You see this photograph of an iceberg. We're going to look at what is under the water here. So you're going to take a sheet of paper or open a document on your PC, and you're going to go in breakouts. In these breakouts, you'll be there with your partner for 30 minutes and you'll be a duo. Okay, you'll be two persons. During these 30 minutes, I invite you to write for yourself, like Italians say, in petto, for yourself, alone, in silence, to write for 10 minutes on this protocol, which I'm going to explain to you. So take this time to slow down and to write for you. Of course, for someone like you, Ilania, who was driving, it's going to be complicated to write, but you can think about the protocol. And for 10 minutes, you write on your own. Then take 5 minutes each to share what you've written or what you want to share from what you've written. You're not obliged to share everything, okay? You're free. And for the other one, listen carefully, feel in resonance, see what emerges for you as well. So 5 minutes each. And then set aside something like 10 minutes to share together about the protocol, how it was for you, what it brings as in terms of awareness and enrichment for your practice. Because in the end, everything we do together as experimentations brings us to have learning outcomes for our practice as coaches or mentors. So I'm going to show you the protocol itself. If someone no, you should have the protocols, all of you, but I bring this on the screen so that you can see as well. And I quickly explain it. It's something that will make you dive in. So I advise you to let you live the experimentation instinctively, no analysis particularly, just dive in. The first point you're going to write about is what you feel in your body right now when you connect with your coaching practice lately. It can be your recent sessions, it can be a particular session that was special, wonderful, or difficult, as you want. Something recent, or your practice recently, okay? So when you connect to that, what do you feel in your body? Where is it? How is it? How it is. Second point, what I hold back, contain, prevent from coming out in link with this sensation. Is that a word, an emotion, some part of me I do not know very well? What is there? Or who is there? What I hold back, contain. Third point, what I don't show in my professional coaching or mentoring practice. What is it that I do not show in my professional practice? That could be in link with the two first points. Then fourth point, what I would like to be able to place in an invisible circle of trust. If I had nothing to prove, if I was in security, if I was in confidence, what would I say, cry, dance, eliminate, dare? What would I share? Fifth point, how I feel when I read what I've just written. So it's very important to write and to reread and to feel. How do you feel with that? Sixth point, what image or symbol comes to you spontaneously? It can be an archetype, an animal, a landscape, something else. Let it come just naturally without analysis. And then the last point, you're going to offer to yourself a word, a phrase to the person you're becoming as a coach, as a mentor. Okay? So you're going to go in the breakouts and we're going to check that everyone has the protocol. Is that clear? If you have a question, do not hesitate to ask. I think the instructions are quite clear, okay? So 30 minutes to share. Remember, the first 10 minutes is for yourself, on your own. Write down the 7 points. Then share 5 minutes each. And then take a little time to debrief and share about how it was for you, what learning outcomes get from this exercise. Okay, Anne, is it okay for you?
Yes, I just finished.
Okay. Cool.
There you are. So for how long did you say, all in all?
30 minutes
Sorry?
plus, plus the
30.
two, yeah. Mm.
Okay. I'm opening the doors. Yeah. Thank you. And you've got many comments in the chat. Insightful, motivating, and helpful conversation. It was surprising how quickly the time went. It was incredible what was triggered and how much more I want to explore. I really appreciated working with my partner and how we were able to share, and many, many, many others, Catherine.
Great. You will work on this. Personally, I use it for myself as well, as a coach and as a supervisor, and I learn each time something. So it's really great to bring that on the journey. Um, the time is running, and maybe we should go to the next one. And what do you want?
Yes, but before that, I think there was a question
Yeah.
about how often would you suggest that we practice this type of practice?
Or ourselves, you mean, I suppose. Depends. I can share with you that sometimes journaling with this protocol, there's something that emerges that I want to dive in more. So each day I do it until I discover something precious.
Mm,
Okay. But you can leave it for a moment and then take it back. And of course, you can use it for yourself, for your reflections and reflexivity. But you can also, sometimes I use it with clients,
mm,
supervisors or coaches. But coaches, just something, a prerequisite is that it's better for coaches that have already done a good work on themselves, because you cannot start with that. You can, I think you agree. It's not the kind of protocol you propose on the beginning of a coaching process.
mm. So you need a good alliance.
Yeah, yeah. So shall we go further? And yeah,
Yes.
let's
Let's move to the next,
yeah.
last but not least protocol about journaling and reflexivity. So it's a labyrinth exercise, and I hope you managed to print the document. If you haven't done it yet, please do it, because otherwise you won't be able to practice. So I don't know, Catherine, if you can put it again, just in case some people haven't got it.
Yeah, so I stopped sharing for just a few seconds
Yes.
to share that in the chat again, if that can be useful for some of you. Labyrinth, here it is.
Yes.
Here you are.
Thank you very much, Catherine. So really, please make sure that you have that document near you. And the idea, and so you should have one of these, this document. Oh, I don't know if you can see. So the idea is that once you have this document printed, you should think of a situation or a question. So maybe you want to use the same question or situation as the one you used with Catherine, with the exercise she just offered. Or maybe you just want to take another situation or question related to your coaching or mentoring practice, and that maybe you find a bit challenging, or something you're wondering about, you need to reflect on. So once you have this situation or question, I will invite you, and I will, because we don't have, the whole day or a whole hour, I will make sure we have only, we have time, but maybe not enough time for some of you, because we just did that workshop in French, and some people said that they didn't have enough time, but I will offer that you take 3 minutes to write. And what you will do is that you will start at the entrance of the labyrinth. And this labyrinth is actually quite special. It's a labyrinth that is in the Cathedral of Chartres in France. I don't know whether you've heard of that. So it's a labyrinth that does exist for real. And it's a labyrinth that is also based on the mythology, the Greek mythology, the one that was built by Daedalus. I don't know if you've heard of that one, with the Minotaur inside. So it really reflects that one. So it's a big labyrinth and a big symbol. And I'm not the one who created that protocol like Catherine did for the previous one. It's Jackie Older, and she's written a book, 49 Ways to Write Yourself Well. And I really recommend it. So it's taken from her. And thank you, Jackie, for allowing us to share that to the world. So the idea is that now if you have that document printed, you think you have a situation or a question related, I would invite you to start at the entrance. So it's here at the bottom. And the idea at the bottom, and that you start writing out as much as you can along each of the individual path. And it's all the details, the facts, the challenges, the feelings associated with your issue, with the topic you bring. And the idea is that you write as far as you can into the body of the labyrinth. And I'm going to make sure that we don't spend too much time, but that we have enough time with 3 minutes. Okay, so I'm going to set the timer. And I'm inviting you to take the pen and start writing from the entrance for 3 minutes, the facts, details, and feelings associated to this issue. Here we start.
And we remain in the main room for all the exercise.
Yes.
And going breakout.
No breakout room. So write out as much as you can along the path, any detail, fact, feeling associated with your question or your issue. And write as far as you can, go into the body of the labyrinth. And I know it means that we need to turn the page. It's not smooth. That's what happens when we're in a maze. Keep going. You've got another minute left. And for those of you who have exhausted writing out, you can use your pen or pencil to trace a line along the remaining path until you arrive at the center of the labyrinth. So the idea is that if you don't have anything to write anymore, you keep going until you reach the center of the labyrinth. And for those who are still writing, less than 10 seconds. So now we've done 3 minutes. So either you keep on writing or you just draw the line until you reach the center. And it's very important that you draw the line until you reach the center. And for those of you who have reached the center, can you please wave or let me know? Because it's a lot of you. Yes, Rebecca, it's a yes. Okay. And when you are in the center, yes, I see a few thumbs up. So when you are in the center, take a few moments just to feel in your body, like in the first sentence, the first question in Catherine's reflection protocol. How are you feeling in your body, in your head, in your heart? How are you feeling? Take a few moments to just to check, how am I feeling here and now, that I've reached the center, and look back over what you have written. So do the check-in with yourself first, head, heart, core. And once you've done that, please check what you wrote. Look back what you've written and notice what thoughts come to you and how you are feeling. What are you noticing? What are you noticing inside you? And what are you noticing in terms of ideas or thoughts that you could have now that would help you to progress or move this issue? What is coming up and emerging while you are at the center of the labyrinth? Hmm. And now, if it's okay with you, I'm inviting you to pause, to breathe. And when you are ready, you can turn the sheet and go on the other side. And this time we're going to use this other labyrinth and write out of it. Starting from the center, writing out. And this time, what you are going to write out are your thoughts and solutions and ways out of this issue. And I'm going to time it to 3 minutes again. So you start at the center and write your way back along the path until you have exhausted your answers. Now we start. So please write, starting from the center, all the way along the path, all your thoughts and solutions and way out of this issue. Any more thoughts? Any idea? Any solution? Any way out that appears to you? There's about 1 minute more. And for those of you, if some of you have finished, if you feel you don't have any more words, I'm inviting you to draw the line from your last word along the remaining path until you arrive back at the entrance of the labyrinth. And it's very important that you trace the line to take you along the remaining path where you have written no word, nothing so far. And for those of you who are still writing, you have another 30 seconds left. Now we've reached the 3 minutes. So either you want to keep on writing or you draw the line until you reach the entrance or the exit, depending how you feel about it. And when you reach the exit or the entrance, depending on your perspective, once again, I'm inviting you to do a quick body scan. How am I feeling here and now? In my head, in my heart, in my core, how am I feeling here and now? And once you've done that checkup with you, my invitation is to write down 3 actions that you're going to take in response to actioning the solution. 3 actions. And of course, if anything else arises, I'm inviting you to capture any further reflection you may have or insights connected to your issue in, on your paper or in your journal or notebook, whatever you have nearby. Computer. And when you're done, it would be nice to have a little thumb up so that we know it's the case and have an idea of the timing. Yes, thank you. Thumbs up arriving, or arising, I should say. Thank you. Excellent. Thank you very much for playing in the labyrinth with all of us. We didn't meet each other within the labyrinth, but we're meeting now. And my question for you is, how was that using that process? And what did you notice? Whether it's inside your head, your heart, your core, what did happen during this process? Yes, Jason.
So interestingly, not so much on the first part of writing in, but I can see the concept of sort of like you're writing into confinement because you're thinking about your problems and you're just exploring that, but you're actually writing into your prison almost, right? And then and that didn't sort of necessarily hit me as hard as when I was doing the writing out, because all of a sudden I felt like the solutions were coming to me quite quickly and it was almost like a jailbreak, right? And I was like ready to go. So yeah, thank you for that. It was a powerful exercise, particularly on the writing out.
Yes. Thank you, Jason. And actually, I have to say some of my colleagues, they really go to Chartres in the labyrinth for real. And they do that exercise live, in flesh, in the place. Not saying too much, of course, but you can do that. Thank you.
Right. I read 3 comments that are really interesting here, or interesting. That's not what I meant, but I have the 3 last ones. Sally's saying, it was incredible how much more open and free I felt after leaving the labyrinth. The awareness was a great question to ask at each end. I felt quite frantic writing my way into the labyrinth, and I felt more grounded and calm writing my way out of the labyrinth. My handwriting and lines were so much neater on the way out.
Mm.
And another one to share, felt more constricted in my body when writing in, and after writing out, felt a lot more space and freedom in my body and my being.
Mm.
Mm.
Okay, interesting. Once again, how we capture, how we experience going in, and going out,
Mm.
zooming in and zooming out, and what it changes in our perspective
Yeah.
and in how we feel and how we relate to an issue.
Other reactions live.
Yes.
Some other people wanting to share.
Especially about how you felt when you were in the center or when you were outside. I'd be curious to hear you.
Another comment from Jasmine. What came to my mind is that we often give compassion freely to others, yet often deny it to ourselves.
Yes.
Instead, we push to be everything to everyone, granting ourselves the same grace to say it's okay not to do it all. It's profoundly freeing. And I'm curious about how, when going into the labyrinth, the thoughts and words are constricting, and as we go out, there is some liberation there. And I wonder, when we coach, perhaps we give that same freedom to our clients. Wow. Wonderful.
Wonderful. Yes, compassion for ourselves and for our clients and for so many things. And it's interesting to have that experience. I don't know whether you go to labyrinths in real life. How many of us do that? How do we get by when we're stuck in a labyrinth? And like we are stuck with our clients and our clients are stuck with their situations. How do we get by? I think all of us, we've experienced that at some stage. I think we're going to rest now and take care of ourselves.
Have a nice evening or morning or afternoon, wherever you are. Thank you so much for being there with us. A really great pleasure.
Take care.